Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Simplilearn. In this video, we will be learning about mean, median and mode. So what can you expect from this video? What's in it for you? First, we will explain the concept of arithmetic mean to you. Then, we will move on to what is median and mode. Finally, we will look at two other types of means, geometric mean and arithmetic mean. All of this with the help of worked examples and formulae. So, let's get started. What is arithmetic mean? In statistics, arithmetic mean is the average of all data values which we are working with. Mean is used to find the average value around which our data values range. Mean is the average that you're used to. When you add up all the numbers and then divide by the total number of numbers which are present, that gives us the mean. The mean helps us to assess the performance of an investment or company over a period of time, and it has many other uses. It is a statistical indicator that can be used to gauge the performance of a company's stock price over a period of days, months, or years. A company, through its earning over a number of years, a firm by assessing its fundamentals such as price to earning ratio, free cash flow and liabilities on the balance sheet, and a portfolio by estimating its average returns over a certain period. How do we calculate mean? Consider that we have n number of terms, x1, x2, x3 all the way up to xn. Mean is given by the total sum of the terms divided by the total number of terms. This can also be represented as summation I is equal to 1 to n over xi divided by n, where n is nothing but the number of terms and xi are our terms which range from 1 all the way up to n. Let's see how mean can be calculated with the help of an example. Consider a class whose students have obtained the following marks out of 50 in mathematics. There are 12 students and the marks obtained by them are 35, 40, 45, 49, 34, 47, 39, 25, 19, 35, 28 and 48. Mean is nothing but the average of all the terms which are given to us divided by the total number of terms. We add all the terms and divide it by 12, which is the total number of terms. The mean that we get is 37. Which means the average marks of our class is 37. Note that none of the students actually scored 37 out of 50 in their test. In this case, you can see that the mean isn't a value from the original list. This is a common result, and you should not assume that your mean will be one of your original numbers. Now, let's move on to median. What is median? Median refers to the middle value of your data. To find the median, you first sort the data in either ascending or descending order and then find the numerical value which is present in the middle of your data. The median is sometimes used as opposed to the mean when there are outliers in the sequence that might skew the average of the values. If there's an odd amount of numbers, the median value is the number that is in the middle with the same amount of numbers below and above. If there's an even amount of numbers in the list, the middle pair must be determined, added together, and then divided by 2 to find the median value. The median can be used to determine an approximate average or mean, but it should not be confused with the actual mean. So how do you calculate the median? Again, let us consider n number of terms ranging from x1 to xn. The median can be obtained by dividing the total number of observations by 2. This works out very well with odd number of terms. Suppose you have 11 terms, then obviously the 6th term will be your median with 5 numbers above and 5 numbers below. However, when you have an even number of terms, there is no actual middle term. To find the median of a series which has even number of terms, you take the middle term, which is the n by 2 term, and the term after that, which is nothing but the n by 2 plus 1th term, add both of them up and divide them by 2 to get your median. Let's try to understand median with the help of an example. Again, let's consider the marks obtained by 12 students in mathematics in a class. If there were only 11 terms, like let's assume that the last term was in present, which is 49, it would be very easy to find the median. We would just have to consider the middle term or the sixth term here, which is 35. There are 5 terms above it and 5 terms below it. It is clearly in the middle of our range, so this would be our median. But we have 12 numbers here. To calculate the median of even number of terms, we take the number of terms by 2, which here is the 12 by 2 term, and the term after that, which is 12 by 2 plus 1th term, which equates to the 6th and 7th term. Add both of them up and divide by 2. 35 plus 39 divided by 2 gives us 37. This would be the median in this case. Now let's answer the question, what is mode? The mode refers to the most frequently occurring value in your data. You find the frequency of occurrence of each number, and the number with the highest frequency is your mode. If there are no recurring numbers, then there's no mode in the data. Mode can be obtained by counting the frequency of occurrence of each number in your range and then choosing the one which occurs the most frequently, or by using the formula L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. What do these terms mean and when do we use this formula? This formula can only be used when our data is in the form of a range of values and the specific values are not given. In this case, L is the lower limit of modal class. Modal class is nothing but the class which has the highest number of terms. H is the lowest limit of the preceding modal class. F1 is the frequency of the modal class. F0 is the frequency of the class which is again preceding the modal class, or the class which comes before our modal class. F2 is the frequency of the class which comes after our modal class. Let's try to understand mode with the help of an example. The below table summarizes the data that we have used before and puts it in the form of a range of values. Only one student has obtained marks between 10 to 20, 3 have secured marks between 20 to 30, 5 have gotten marks in the range of 30 to 40, and 4 have gotten marks in the range of 40 to 50. To find our mode, we're gonna use the formula that we saw. As we can see, the class which has the most number of terms is the class 30 to 40. 5 people have scored marks in the range of 30 to 40. So this is our modal class. The class preceding this would be 20 to 30 and the class succeeding it would be 40 to 50. So we first have our L term, which is nothing but the lower limit of our modal class, which is 30. We then have the frequency of characters in our modal class, which is 5, minus the frequency of characters in the class preceding our modal class, which is 20 to 30 with the frequency 3, divided by 2 into the frequency of a modal class, again 5, minus F1 minus F2. F2 is nothing but the frequency of the class succeeding our modal class, which here is 40 to 50. We then multiply this fraction by the lower limit of the class preceding our modal class. After solving, we get 43.33 as our mode. 43.33 is the marks here and not the number of students. Next, let's answer the question, what is geometric mean? Unlike the arithmetic mean in which we add our numbers, the geometric mean multiplies our data points to find the rate of growth. It is used to calculate population or interest growth. The geometric mean factors in compounding and volatility, which makes it a better metric of average returns. In mathematics, the geometric mean is a mean or average which indicates the central tendency or typical value of a set of numbers by using the product of their values, as opposed to the arithmetic mean which uses the sum. The geometric mean is defined as the nth root of the product of n numbers. The geometric mean is often used for a set of numbers whose values are meant to be multiplied together or are exponential in nature, such as a set of growth figures like values of the human population or interest rates of a financial investment over time. To calculate the geometric mean, let's consider that we have n terms ranging from x1 to xn. The geometric mean can be obtained by taking the nth root of the product of each term. We multiply all of the terms in our data and we take the nth root of it. Let's again understand this with the help of an example. Let's consider the marks of the students that we've been taking up until now. The geometric mean is nothing but the product of all the terms in our data to the nth root of the product. So to find the geometric mean, we multiply all the terms in our data and then take the 12th root of them. The final answer is nothing but 32.201. Now what is harmonic mean? Harmonic mean is used to find relationships between fractions or decimals. It's calculated by taking the reciprocal of each data point and then finding the arithmetic mean. We then take the reciprocal of the resulting arithmetic mean to get the harmonic mean. Again, let's consider n terms ranging from x1 to xn. To find the harmonic mean, we first take the reciprocal of each one of these terms and then find the mean of the resulting terms. To find the harmonic mean, we first take the reciprocal of each data term. As you can see here, we've taken the reciprocal 1 by x1, 1 by x2, 1 by x3 all the way to xn. We then add up all the reciprocals and divide it by n to get the mean. We take a reciprocal of the mean to get the harmonic mean. Let's look at how to find the harmonic mean by using the data that we have up until now. Again, consider the marks of the following students out of 50 in mathematics. Over here, we're considering 7 terms. To find the harmonic mean, we take the average of each one of our reciprocal terms. We've taken the reciprocal of the marks obtained by our students. 1 by 35, 1 by 40, 1 by 45, 1 by 49, 1 by 34, 1 by 47, and again 1 by 39. After getting the reciprocal of these terms, we find the mean. So we add up all the reciprocal terms and divide it by 7 and then take the reciprocal of that term. In the end, the harmonic mean that we get is 40.57. And with that, we come to the conclusion of our video on mean, median and mode. We sincerely hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up would be really appreciated. Also, here's your reminder to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon down below for more on the latest technologies and trends. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.